Hello again. Today we're going to be looking at anecdotes. Anecdotes are priceless when it comes to writing your life story. We all want a good story. So please, please, please use the opportunity. Whenever somebody is introduced to the story, say something about them. Say that they're 6'3". Say they had a really firm handshake. Whatever it is, we always pigeonhole people. We always think about something with people. One lady I worked with, she was describing her grandmother. And she was saying that Granny had a great sense of humour. So I said, well, okay, that's good, but have you got any stories? And so Mary said, okay, yeah. She thought for a moment and she said, Granny looked very severe. She was dressed in widow's weeds, all black. Grandad had died. She sat bolt upright. She had a ruff around her neck. She had a big, voluminous skirt. But she had this great sense of humour. Anyway, one day, my brother and I, we were playing on the carpet. It wasn't a carpet, it was rag rugs. No one had carpets. And we heard the gate go. It was a district nurse come to give us our cod liver oil. We hated it. So what happened? Before you know, there's Gran. Quick, quick, quick. No, I've not seen them. No, I think they must have gone out. No, I think you better come back next week. Okay, thanks. See ya. We got away with it. Granny hid us under her skirt and we got away with it. Now, how much more does that say about Granny than saying that she had a great sense of humour? Priceless. I often ask my clients if they had the cane at school. Men often did, not so many women. But one lady I asked, she said, yeah, I did get the cane. Okay, what did you get it for? She said, I locked a teacher in the cupboard. Wow. So what do your grandchildren think about that? Oh, they don't know. Wouldn't you love to know that about your grandmother? I think you'd have real respect for her. It would put her in a different light. So include those things. And the final anecdote I'd like to share is dear old George, Jerzy, Czechoslovakian. He was a pilot, fought in the war with the RAF. But his story was relating to his house. I asked people to describe their home, the home that was important to them in their formative years. Not necessarily the first one, but maybe between the ages of 5 and 15. And most people talk about going in the back door, which is always left open, or maybe if it's the front door, the key would be on a piece of string through the letterbox, or something equally obvious. And maybe they'll talk about the kitchen and the sticky fly papers and the copper or various other bits and pieces. But George decided to talk about his bedroom. So, okay, let's go with it. There were twin beds, one for him and one for his brother Wolfie, who was a couple of years older. And obviously there was no double glazing, so they could see their breath in front of their face in the winter and ice on the glass. And there was obviously the pot that goes under the bed. But what George said was that the thing that he always remembered was that the moon always shone on his brother Wolfie's bed. And this bugged George. And so one night he said to Wolfie, why does the moon shine on you and not on me? Well, Wolfie was probably, 9 or 10, a year or two older than George, and he was quite quick-witted. And he said, the moon only ever shines on little boys who are good. Well, George was a bit concerned about that because he was good. A week or so later, George woke in the middle of the night. The position of the moon had changed. The moon was shining on George. And he said he really felt that God was saying he was special. I love that story. May be no intrinsic worth, but I wish I knew it about my granddad. When you get the opportunity to include anecdotes, please, please, please do so. They will really lift your book. Thank you. And in the next video, we're going to be looking at who you might like to tell about the book in advance and the various implications that has. So please join me again if you can. Thanks very much.